Lord knows I shouldn't have left y'all without nothing to bless you. Been a long time, I shouldn't have left you without episodes to bless you. But I'm special, podcaster, producer, entrepreneur, educator, superstar, MC, friend and foe. But enough about Street P. Now welcome back to my show. Yo, what up, friends? And welcome to the Ball and Buds podcast. I am your host, Omar Fonseca, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, we have a super-sized episode. Yeah, I'm talking Big Mac with super-sized drink and the double fries, getting the Diet Coke when you know you don't need the whole damn anyways. And yes, I know I got a belly on me. Don't you be worried about that. I don't eat fast food, but whatever. Do you? I drink, and that ain't good for you. I smoke, that ain't good for you. So you know what, whatever. We all got our vices. You do you. But first, you know how we like to start here on the Ball and Buds podcast with Omar's Overture. So let's kick this bad boy off.
Get over here!
This will be a supersized episode. We will laugh. We will cry. We will get real introspective on some things because this will be the last episode for a while. I got accepted business course, so I'll be going there and I'm finishing up my class that I'm teaching because I teach digital marketing. So having all that going on, I'm going to be a little busy the next couple months, so I'm going to take a break from the podcast. This is the last episode of season 2, episode number 20. I can't believe I made it to 20 episodes because I thought I would have probably either been like, fuck this or something. I don't know. I just figured I wouldn't spend the time. But I really enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. I get to speak my mind. I get to talk to my friends. I get to talk with my friends. I got all my people coming up to me in Nashville. Oh, we subscribe to the Ball and Buzz. We love it.
Say what?
So it's really cool, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to all y'all, Dylan, Eric, Greg, all the Sobro Pool junkies that are shouting out the Ball and Buds podcast, as well as my 703 boys from back home, always and forever, them boys. They listening to me. And all my Twitter fam out there, I see you. It's at Fonseca Sports. You can follow me there. And if you already are, and you're listening to this episode, I'll thank you. I'll thank you very, very much. And all of Nashville, D.C., the DMV, shout out. Puerto Rico, the 787, Cagua, shout out. What? So, I'm popping in on 4th of July. Happy 4th of America. Happy Independence Day, which means shout out to all my military and veteran brethren, including another huge Phoenix Suns fan. Got to make sure I shout out the Sir Genius, my friend repping the 6-0 deuce at all times. It is the hip-hop that binds us, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And I love all y'all motherfuckers. You all know who you are. If I had to list off everybody, it would take way too long. So, Nashville, DMV, military, college, love y'all. Holla at your boy. What? All right, anyways. But anyways, yeah, we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. And then I'm going to bring in our combat sports analyst, Clubber D. Yes, sir. We sent him live.
Say what?
To Atlanta for the fight of Gervonta Tank Davis versus Mario Barrios. So we'll get a live update from him. We got some funny ass outtakes because I definitely want to crack you up at the end of the show after I leave you with a little bit of heaviness. We're going to talk about some things in this episode, some things I got to get off my chest. So first, I want to update us on some sports information, right? So we got the Stanley Cup Finals going on. We have the Montreal Canadiens, one of the original 6, versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. So most of us hockey fans and or at least classic old school sports fans are cheering for the Canadiens. Why is there even hockey in Florida? But that's a Mike Wilbon saying, and shout out Wilbon and Kornheiser, PTI, love y'all. But anyways, they're there, and the Lightning won the first game 5-1, so it is 1-0 there going into game 2 tonight. So Tampa Bay did put it on them, and they just did win a flow. Not like they don't have a good team.
Message.
Well, cheering for Montreal didn't go very well. Tampa Bay is now up 3-0, and it may be a clean sweep or even a gentleman's sweep, but it looks like Tampa Bay Lightning are going to be your Stanley Cup champions unless the Montreal Canadiens can pull an epic 4-game comeback a la the Boston Red Sox over the New York Yankees. Yeah, fuck the Yankees.
Message.
And so the Canadiens actually won a game, down 3-0, backs against the wall, and they were at home, and they said, we will not go out without a fight. And so they won, but still 3-1. Tampa Bay's going home, so we'll see what happens there. And before we move on, shout out to Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers, who is just the second unanimous winner of the Hart Trophy, joining Wayne Gretzky from the 1981-1982 season. And also shout out to Marc-Andre Fleury, who's a late bloomer at 36, winning his first the Best Goaltender award in the NHL. So shout out to him and all the other award winners from the NBA and the NHL. On the other side of things, the NBA playoffs, our combat sports expert Clubber D, he is a lifelong Suns fan. They just closed out the Clips, and they are going to the finals for the first time since 1993 when they had Marley and Barkley. Woo! I had jumped on the bandwagon because my Celtics suck this year, so I'm jumping on the Phoenix bandwagon, and I hope they beat whoever the hell they take on in the East. Yeah, sucker. Yeah. Let's go. I want my boy to be happy. I want him to be dancing and shit in the streets like I used to dance in the street when we used to play Little John in the truck, and I used to get out the stoplights and bang. Anyways, that's me and Clubber D. I don't need to know about that. That's an OD thing.
Say what?
Anyways, back to the subject at hand, my friend. I'm just having a good time. This is the last episode I'm going to have for a while, so I'm just trying to have fun with y'all.
Message.
The update is that the Bucks closed out the Hawks. So Trey went. He was obviously not full strength and wasn't able to carry them. Giannis was out, but Middleton picked up the slacks, and boy, he has proved himself to be a star these playoffs. Let me tell you that. We always knew he was a good second man, but he's just stepped it up another level. So we'll see if Giannis comes back for the finals. They're not sure yet. It's up in the air. He has that hyperextended knee. Trey, shout out to Trey for going so far. The Atlanta Hawks got a good young team for the future. But the finals are now set. Our combat sport insider, Clubber D's Phoenix Suns versus the Milwaukee Bucks, and it is going to be a hell of a series. Hopefully Giannis can play, but either way, whether he plays or not, I think Phoenix just has the better overall team. Chris Paul leading them there. They got Booker shooting the lights out, 8 and down low. So I'm picking the Suns to be the NBA champions. And so hopefully I am correct, and then Clubber D would be very happy. What else we got going on? So, yeah, I heard that LeBron said it should be an asterisk on this season with all the injuries. Well, if that's the case, then there should be an asterisk on last season, too. So don't try that, because didn't you win last season? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, correction. Monty Williams did not win the Coach of the Year. Tom Thibodeau did, like I correctly predicted. So the Ball and Buds podcast, myself and your NBA insider, Ron Obasi, had every single pick correct. From scoring champion to rookie of the year to sixth man to defensive to coach, we had every damn pick correct. Come check the stats. Go look at it. Motherfuckers. Anyways. And now, without further ado, you sexy beast, you. Oh, have y'all heard about that new Sexy Beast show? I was telling La Isla Spa, yo. Go check out La Isla Spa. Marioga will take good care of you and your skin. Yes, sir. You can find her shop at, let me give you the website here. La Isla Spa, that's LAISLASPA.glossgenius.com. GLOSS, like lip gloss. Genius, you know how to spell genius, and if you don't, then you're not a genius, and you should go look at a dictionary, fucker. Sorry, I don't know why I just did that. That's pretty funny, though. LaIslaSpa.glossgenius.com. You can find her there, schedule her for all your skincare and face care needs, and she will hook it up nicely. Shout out. But anyways, I was telling her about this Sexy Beast show. Joint are going to be on Netflix. They dress them up in like prosthetics of characters and send them on blind dates. So technically you can see the body of the person, but you can't see the face. So you're technically having to go off a personality, even though you can see their lower half kind of. But yeah, it looks hilarious. I got to watch it. I'm definitely going to be on that when it comes out. Anyways, your sports expert, insider, Nashville's best influencer, the street professor, a.k.a. the Vangelic surgeon, a.k.a. It's me. It's me. It's just me, y'all. You get me today. You get me for the full episode. You get me for the full episode. Clubber D at the end. You get me for the full episode. We gonna live together on this. My friends, buckle in, strap up. Let's get hit.
Previously on
the Ball and Buds podcast.
Oh, they're doing the previously thing. Do it again. Do a very ominous sound. Angry, telling us some information what happened in the last episode for those catching up. Previously on... So, that's what it sounds like, doing the previous voice. Just get it low. Get a little bit of rasp to it. And that's all there is. Previously on...
the Ball and Buds podcast. Let me look at the notes real quick. The last time they won was in 1973. Oh my goodness, that's almost 50 years ago. Knicks are some trash. And they only have 2. How are they considered a premier franchise with 2 championships? Did we overlook this? Has every NBA fan overlooked this, or are we just considering them premier because they play in Madison Square Garden? I'll just be Kermit, sipping my 17 championship tea.
I mean, it's New York, you feel me? Like,
the NBA is always better when you have New York, Boston, LA.
Absolutely. That's why I never expect those teams to be trash.
Say what?
And so to answer your question, yes. The Knicks are considered a premier franchise because they play in Madison Square Garden. Because, man, if you heard the Garden and saw the Garden, which I'm sure most everybody did, those first 2 games, it was wild. I'm not even a Knicks. I hate the Knicks. But it gave me goosebumps how crazy they were going there. It was just, they were outside crazy because they were going wild. So that just proves, obviously, not that we needed proof. It's the biggest media market in the world, or one of them. And so it only makes sense, but damn, still, I guess I answered my own damn question. But man, it's good to have fans back. How about that? But man, fans just back at professional sports is just invigorating. It makes the game so much more fun to watch too when you're at home instead of just hearing nothing. So the noise is just a blessing to have back. And I can't wait to go back to my first professional sporting event, whatever that may be. I'm here in Nashville, so I assume with the Predators just getting booted out the playoffs. Sorry, Preds. So maybe it's a Sounds game, I'm assuming, because that's pretty much the only other thing we have here until the Titans.
Message.
So update on my sporting events. Actually, the past 2 weeks in a row, I've gone to Nashville SC games, my first soccer games in Nashville. So they were rowdy and awesome, whatever they call the fans there. I don't know what they call the pit section, but they be getting rowdy over there. Them Nashville fans be getting it in. I got all these chances. It's really cool. And I also went to a Sounds game. So starting to get back into the flow of things. Starting to go back to sporting events. Been going out, vaccinated up and partied up. Ow! But hopefully I'll be able to go catch a few Raiders game this year. I'm hoping to go to Pittsburgh with my boy Brandon. I'm hoping to go to Vegas with my boy Ruben. And I'm hoping to take my pops to the Cowboys game in Dallas on Thanksgiving. So if anyone knows any leads or has the hookup on Dallas Cowboys tickets, please, 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 please let me know. It is for my dad's retirement present. He is retiring at the end of this month. Or actually, wait, he just retired. He's going to retire on his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Pops. I love you so much, Dad. You are the greatest dad ever. So thank you for giving me everything that you did. And happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Okay, let me stop. Anyways, moving on. There is a problem with fans coming back to the arena, though.
Say what?
and that was shown. One was the fan who dumped the popcorn, the Philly fan who dumped the popcorn on Russell Westbrook and was banned, dumping the popcorn on Brody. You're lucky that you did that inside a stadium where you were protected, because believe you me, you had done that to Brody outside the joint. You'd be looking like that Southwest Airlines employee with the 2 teeth knocked out. By the way, man, we got to talk about that too. God, y'all got to quit it, man. What is we doing? What is we doing out here?
Oh, Daniel, baby, what is it doing, Daniel, baby?
I know the mask thing became political because of Trump, and he made it, me versus them thing, but it's really not, y'all. It's really not. And the airplanes are really the last place that we got to wear, and you just got to do it. Just got to do it. It's only a little bit of a flight, right? We don't need to be causing commotion. We don't need to be throwing no blows, right? We don't need to be punching flight attendant. It's not their rule. The fuck she got to do with it? Calm your ass down, heifer. Oh. And man, yeah, please, because they were talking about on the news about cutting off alcohol sales because of all this crap until people stop this BS. No, okay? I love to have my alcohol when I'm on a nice flight, okay? That's how I get through the flight. And y'all fuck up my alcohol sales, I'm gonna fuck y'all up, all right? So stop it. Be nice. Be kind to each other. I know I just cursed it all, y'all, but I'm a very nice person. Let's be kind. Let's love each other. We don't need to be doing this. We don't need to be wilding out on airplanes. We don't need to be wilding out in sporting gyms. Sporting gyms. I don't know.
Say what?
We don't need to be wilding out in arenas. We don't need to be wilding out, y'all. For real. I know everybody antsy getting out that pandemic, right? I know. I feel you. I feel it, right? I feel it. Although I will say here in Nashville, I guess you could say it's either good or bad depending on your perspective. But we've been free for a while here. I mean, the bars and stuff have been open since last summer. So I heard a lot of people in other places in the country, which I obviously am not there, so I don't know. But, most other places, I guess they've been locked down this whole entire time, like nothing open or, man, I couldn't imagine that. For the first few months here in Nashville, it was a ghost town, which was crazy because Nashville is straight tourists. So it's packed every single day like it is right now. Looking outside my window from my luxury apartment, I can see downtown and
Say what?
how packed it is, even though it's raining like shit outside. So it was a ghost town for a few months, but man, after that, we opened up like July of 2020, and the bars were open and everything. Oh, we were good. We've been good. We've been good. We've been free a while. And being a Republican state, right? I mean, I'm an independent, so I don't care either way, but being a Republican state, most people here don't wear masks anyways, and weren't before the mask mandate were taken away, to be completely honest. But hey, whatever. I'm fully vaccinated now, so holla at your boy. Let's go party. Let's go party. Come on, Bobby. Where did that come from? How did I even remember that song? What the fuck is... I'm high, y'all. Don't worry about me. Moving on. Back to what I was saying. Y'all, I know we're antsy. I know y'all getting out this pandemic. Please stop acting wild. Y'all gonna get us kicked out of these games. Y'all gonna get us banned from all this stuff, from airplane. Just stop. 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 And you spitting on Trae Young, that's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. That's just gross. You wouldn't like it if someone did that to you, would you? So don't do that to no one else. Spitting on someone is probably the most disrespectful thing you can do. You don't do that. Where? I bet you your mother called you, sir. When she saw your ass on the news, she probably called your ass and gave your ass a beating. I hope your dad laid you over his knee and whooped that ass. Because you're lucky Trae Young didn't. Oh, that's just gross, man. Keep your bodily fluids to yourself. It's a motherfucking pandemic, bitch.
Watch your profanity.
Oh, you got me cursing out here. I don't even like cursing. I'm just joking. I love cursing. Curse like a sailor. I was in the military. What you want from me? That's another thing we got to talk about is cursing. I've been thinking a lot about this lately. Who said what was a curse word, right? I know Jesus didn't come out and say the F word was a curse word, because I don't even think that word was around back then. So who made up what's a curse word and what's not? Why is crap not a curse word, but shit is? Bitch used to mean a female dog before apparently it became. So where did these words become curse words, and who decided that? And why do they get to decide what I can say? And fuck that. And fuck whoever said curse words are curse words, because it's not. It's just another word. It's just another expression. Anyways, That fan was banned from the arena, I heard, for life. So, I mean, those bans don't really mean anything because they can still sneak in. But hopefully, he'll never get to go in again because Russell Westbrook is right. These fans, they come out of pocket, whatever they feel like, right? And the players can't do nothing back, and that's just unfortunate. So let's just calm down, y'all. Let's be good people, right? Let's be kind to each other. Let's love each other. And let's not do things that are wrong, things that are out of pocket, things that you wouldn't normally do to your own family. If you wouldn't do it to yourself or to your mother, then just don't do it to nobody else. Cool. How about we make that rule? If you wouldn't do it to your own mother, don't do it to somebody else. Okay? Anyways, but cheer, get rowdy. I don't even care if you curse them out, say the F word. I just said it's cool. But that's just not the other extracurriculars is just not necessary. Just unnecessary. Completely childish, as Trey Young said. Hopefully we have no other incidents like this. I hope that we have learned and we just move on peacefully. Anyways, next subject. Gotta talk about this J. Cole in Africa. He was in the BAL, which is the African basketball league that the NBA is putting together. So they have the teams out there playing each other in like a round robin style tournament. So it's good for, good for promotion, good for publicity, good for finding new players and talent in different areas. But obviously the J. Cole thing, that was, I mean, depending on who you are, it could have been a publicity stunt. The team says it wasn't. The team said it was strictly basketball. I don't believe that.
Hey, what happened? Toasty!
But so there was an argument from Terrell Stoglin. Shout out my boy Terrell, former Terp. And yes, he actually is my boy, so don't try that. We used to hang out back in college all the time, actually. I used to pick them up from practice, and we used to go chill after. Anyways, don't really matter. My boy TS, as I call him, he came through and said that it's disrespectful to the game. He said it's disrespectful to the game that he took another person's spot. He said he knew a bunch of people sitting at home from COVID still looking for spots. And so, I could feel both sides of it, right? But I do see definitely what my man TS is saying. And he's out there dropping, he's balling. My man had 40, and he's obviously the MVP of the whole tournament, right? And I don't know why he's not in the league. Y'all need to be calling Mr. TS Terrell Stoglin up and getting him on a damn team. But anyways, I just wanted to say my part on that. I do agree that he did take somebody's spot, but at the same time, the league wouldn't have had nearly as much publicity, and so would my boy Terrell have even been able to say anything and been in the news, right? Now, not that he cares about that, but, publicity is publicity either way. Anyways, shout out to TS. Miss you, homie. Stay up and take care of yourself. Moving on. There's also news of a national interscholastic basketball conference, which is, this is pretty cool, I think. So there was that rumor of the soccer leagues, the European leagues that were going to have that Super League or whatever that kind of fell through. That's still trying to come up. This is kind of the same thing in American high school basketball. It's a 10-game nationwide high school league featuring 6 of the best schools. And so we've all heard of these schools, and so now they're putting this league together to showcase the kids. And I think it's great. I think it's a good opportunity for all those kids. And so the teams that are going to be in this National Interscholastic High School Basketball Conference of Superpowers of the world are going to be your traditional superpowers: Oak Hill, Monteverde, IMG Academy. Oak Hill's in Virginia, IMG Academy's in Florida, and Monteverde, which is also in Florida as well. Oak Hill, they've produced Carmelo and Rajon Rondo, Ben Simmons, D'Angelo Russell, and Cade Cunningham went to Monteverde. So, all these schools have always produced really good players. La Lumiere School, Indiana, Sunrise Christian Academy in Kansas, and the Wasatch Academy in Utah. They'll announce 2 other teams later down the line, and these teams they'll also play in special events and hold a postseason tournament. So that should be very, very fun to watch. Those are some of the top high school basketball players in the country, so it's going to be good. And again, back to the NBA rule. Get rid of the damn one and done rule. Get rid of the damn one and done rule. It's fucking stupid. Adam Silver, do you hear me? Get rid of it. Stupid. It's ruining college.
You suck, you jackass.
Because last week, 17-year-old Scott Henderson signed a $1 million deal with the G League Ignite. Why not just let them go to teams if they want to go to teams? Anyways, the Overtime Elite, a league for 16 to 18-year-olds, allows players to skip that college route and earn at least $100,000 a year while becoming eligible for the NBA. Just let them join the damn NBA. Anyways, guess who is a investor in Overtime Elite other than Drake and Devin Booker and Klay Thompson, which is all good, and Alexis Ohanian, an Olympian. Other than them, guess who else is an investor? Yes, you guessed right, I'm sure. Mr. Jeff Bezos. The owner and investor of pretty much everything in the whole entire damn world. Fool is taking over the world, I swear. Yeah, him and his robot army are going to rule the whole world one day. But anyways, he has invested into the Overtime Elite, and he has also invested into so many other sports things lately, including Yankees games, NFL, Amazon secured NFL rights, and WNBA games, in addition to the Commissioner's Cup, right? So all these different things. They purchased fucking MGM Studios the other day, y'all. Like for $8.45 billion, which is only a fraction of the $386 billion that Amazon made in 2020 when we were sitting at home ordering off of Amazon every day.
Say what?
Andy Jassy, that lucky SOB, just picked up the CEO of Amazon job now that Jeff Bezos is stepping down. Wow, talk about lucking out into a real good position there, huh? Anyways, Bezos has just been invested in everything, man, and so he's definitely getting into sports. They're talking about him wanting the Washington football team because I think Snyder's going to have to be on his way out with all this shit that's going on, and Bezos has the new headquarters there in Arlington, so it only makes sense that happened. I mean, he is the number 1 or 2 richest person at all times, right? So anyways, speaking of other high school news, we turn to high school baseball, where this pitcher, and I want to shout this dude out, shout out to high school pitcher from Connecticut, Frank Mozzicato, and I hope I said that correctly, Mozzicato. Yo, he hurled 4 consecutive no-hitters.
Say what?
Let me repeat that for you. He threw 4 consecutive no-hitters.
Say what?
Let me repeat that one more time for you. He threw his arm, a hand, a ball, people across a plate, an umpire, a field, real batters, 4 no-hitters. Do you know how impossible that is? Apparently it's not impossible. But he has now gone from being unranked to shooting up the boards, definitely in the top 50 now, and possibly they're saying the top 10 if he keeps playing this well. He's a 17-year-old left-hander from East Catholic High School in Manchester, Connecticut. He has a 36-inning scoreless streak with 101 strikeouts in 42 innings, and I mean, he has a 90 fastball and a 60 grade curveball, so that's clearly the reason why in high school people aren't able to keep up with a 90 fastball, so he's just blowing shit by hitters. So the draft is coming up. The baseball MLB draft begins July 11th, and so he's suddenly going to go up in there into the top 10 probably, but let's talk about 2 players who are definitely going to be in the top 10, representing the Nashville area from Vandy. Yes, sir, representing that Vandy life. Jack Leiter, who is Al Leiter's son, famous Met, thank you, sir, and Kumar Rocker. Both of these dudes, these dudes are beast. They throw the ball like man, they are both awesome. And so they are possibly going to go 1 and 2, but they're definitely going to all go in the top 10, probably all in the top 5. And they are just amazing. Probably going to lead Vanderbilt to a title this year. That's what it's, I mean, with that 1-2, I don't know. They are 19-4 with 256 Ks, pretty much split evenly. They were both named first all-team SEC, so we will see how they do with Vanderbilt. Right now, they are in the tournament, SEC tournament. I believe they're going to the championship.
Message.
Vandy update. They went on to the College World Series and unfortunately lost in the actual finals of the College World Series, one of the 2 final teams, and lost to Mississippi State. They didn't win, but what a great run and a great season for Vandy overall. So salute to the Vanderbilt Commodores. So there you go. Speaking of other young stars, Mrs. Simone Biles was videotaped this week making history in her first competition in 18 months. The 24-year-old landed a Yurchenko double pike, a move that no other female gymnast has even ever attempted in competition, much less landed, and she landed it beautifully. She is amazing. The GOAT, She may be the greatest American Olympian of all time, but I'm not going to say that because there are so many others out there that we've had before that are really great that we got to consider, right? Because if you're thinking about top 10 American Olympians of all time, what are we thinking? Carl Lewis, obviously, Jesse Owens, Mary Lou Retton, Greg Louganis, to go along with Michael Phelps and Mark Spitz. So Florence Griffith Joyner, Wilma Rudolph, and who we just talked about, our favorite young star, Miss Simone Biles. You know, you're rounding out your top 10 Olympians right there. But she's definitely up there. She got to be, if not 1, 2, 3. She's in the top 3, I would assume. I'd venture to say she's either 1 or 2. Anyways, the video went viral, and she was awesome. She knew she had it. And her, just like Naomi, right? She's a huge star. She has a lot of endorsements as well, and she deserves it. You know, she's making moves. She left Nike to join Athleta, which is another company, you know, more of a women's-based company. And she felt that they stood more for what she stood for. So Serena's there too. I think Serena actually owns a little bit, I believe. And, you know, so she has her sponsors, Visa, Kellogg's, Beats, Hershey's. So she is just obviously the quintessential, you know, what American dream looks like, what companies want to represent her and Naomi Osaka. So shout out to both of those young, amazing ladies. Speaking of Naomi Osaka, the face of tennis, a global star, a major celebrity, right? We all know this. She's going to be at Roland Garros. She has never advanced past the third round in 4 appearances. Osaka last year earned $55 million. Endorsements and everything, obviously. Her prize money was only $5 million, but she has tons of endorsements because she is obviously very, very marketable. She's very kind, very thoughtful. She's very smart. You know, she's photogenic and all these good things. And she's been one of the most recognizable people. She has endorsements with Louis Vuitton, Nike, Beats, Levi's, Tag Heuer, Nissan, MasterCard, right? But now she's saying she's not going to talk to the media. So I don't know if this is just a Roland Garros thing because she's not good on clay, or if it's a permanent thing. If it is, not only is she hurting her stock, because that's part of the job, but also if you're going to have all the endorsements, you're hurting all those companies as well. So while I believe she does everything very thoughtfully and carefully, I hope this is just a French Open thing, because I wouldn't want to see this continue, because just for her, I think it would be better if she did, because, you know, we want to see her. She's awesome, very thoughtful. So, you know, go Naomi Osaka. I'm always rooting for her. Although I want to say I do want Serena to win that record-breaking title. So come on, Serena, do it somewhere. Rooting for you too. And so the update on Osaka, the number 2 seed, actually later that week withdrew from the French Open tournament because she was fined $15,000 and threatened expulsion for not talking to the media, as we had just talked about that she said she was going to do. So because of that infringement of her media obligations, she withdrew for the tournament and decided that she was going to take a extended mental health break, because she felt that since the 2018 U.S. Open tournament when she played Serena, and they had that issue with Serena and the ref, and Naomi went on to win her first title, and it was a bunch of controversy. So ever since then, she said she's been had a lot of issues with anxiety and depression and all kinds of things. So she's taking a break. Good for her. Please get well. But yeah, there's been a lot of backlash on Roland Garros in the tennis world for being a little too insensitive about mental health. And I agree. I think they were. Now, obviously, you do have those media obligations when you sign a contract and you play. But at the same time, you have to take these things on a case-by-case basis. But anyways, whatever. It's the rules. You know, now she has to take a mental health break. Hopefully she'll be okay. I'm sure she will with time. But following the non-engagement, right, we'll see what happens. Is this going to continue at the other tournaments? Is she going to show up to the Australian Open or Wimbledon or the U.S. Open? Or we will see. But first and most important for her is getting her mental health back in shape. So she was actually quoted saying, "I think the best thing for the tournament, the other players, and my well-being is if I withdraw, everyone can get back to focusing on tennis. I never wanted to be a distraction, and I accept my timing was not ideal, and my message could have been clearer. More importantly, I would never trivialize mental health or use the term lightly. The truth is, I've suffered long bouts of depression since the U.S. Open in 2018, and I have a really hard time coping with that." So that was her statement again, referring to that controversy at the U.S. Open with Serena and the umpire. So I understand where Naomi Osaka is coming from when it comes to these mental health issues. And we need to be more sensitive and support people and love them. That's how people get better. You know, I understand how hard it can be to deal with, whatever it is that you're dealing with when you have so many other pressures going on. That being said, you know what? Let me hit my bowl real quick before I continue on. Excuse me. This episode is brought to you by some Thin Mints Girl Scout cookies. The joint is very minty. And also some Do-si-dos. Yes, they do grow weed that mimics Girl Scout cookies. And yes, they do taste like that because that Do-si-do does have a little hit of peanut butter in it. Anyways, neither here nor there. That's what it's brought to you by, because those are the strains that I'm blazing on right now. But anyways, I do understand the whole mental health aspect of the Naomi Osaka situation. If you're a friend of mine, if you're a dear friend of mine, if you've known me for a while, even if you haven't known me for a while, you could have been a friend of mine for just the past 10 years probably since I got out of the military. And you will know that I have dealt with my, I don't even want to say fair share of mental health issues. I've dealt with more than my share of mental health issues. I've dealt with anxiety, panic attacks, depression, all sorts of things. There was a period there for years where I was just, really, really, really just in a bad, dark place. And it was hard. It was hard. But it made me a better person. It's a shapeshifter. It's a beast, y'all. If you've never dealt with, mental health issues, anxiety, depression, if you've never dealt with these things, it's very hard to describe. But I can understand and I can empathize and have compassion for those who do deal with that. But just take care of yourself, y'all. Just take care of yourself. If you need help, call the national hotline. Hold on, let me look at my wrist because I always keep the number on my wrist. The number for the national hotline is 800-273-8255. I'll repeat that again. That's 800-273-8255, my friends. If you feel like you need somebody to talk to and you don't have nobody, call them up. Counselors 24/7. Don't need to feel ashamed. No one will know. And you know what? Fuck if they do know. I'll be a man right now and admit I've called that line before. It happens. We got to do what we got to do. Keep your mental health, keep your sanity, my friends. It takes a lot to get out of that kind of place. And it took a lot of work. It took a lot of therapy. Yes, I saw a therapist for years. He took a lot of internal work. Took a lot of me stopping doing the stupid shit I was doing to myself. Negatively, whether that be thought pattern wise, whether that be action wise, whether that be what have you, all the different things that I was doing to myself. Because see, my problem has never been that I'm a bad person. Actually, if you ask anybody that knows me, I'm probably one of the nicest people you'll find. Actually, I hear that from everybody here. They're like, you're one of the nicest people we know. And I am. I am very, very much so one of the nicest people anyone will ever meet. I am loyal. My heart is a heart of gold. I love people. I love to help people. I volunteer all the time. My goal is to help eliminate homelessness and poverty because I feel bad for all the homeless people. I try to help them whenever I walk by them. Can have something to eat, buy them food, whatever. Depends how I'm feeling that day or if I am in a rush or whatever. You never know what somebody else is going through, y'all. For a long time, no one knew I was dealing with that. I didn't tell nobody. And then after a while, I was like, fuck it. It's life. You know what I'm saying? It's life. We all. Excuse me. That's okay. That's okay, y'all. That's okay. We gonna go through things. And, if it wasn't for my faith, all praises due to God. Thank you for, getting me through these times. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? for my family and friends, but I got a good supporting cast, right? I got a good team around me. I'm better now. I'm in a way better place now. I'm in a good spot. And how that happened is, again, a lot of work, but also, I got to the point where I just realized that life is what we make it. And I don't mean that to sound cliche or corny, but it really is, right? I have gotten a lot into spirituality and other things recently, meditation, other things like that. And this really is just a figment of our imagination, yo. Anything you want, you can have. Money is not real. You can have all the money in the world if you want. Because money's not real, yo. They print that shit. That shit's not real. It's just made up. They're never going to pay that shit back. So you go get it while you can. You know what I mean? And so I don't care because I'm tough, right? You don't think I'm tough? Come test me. Find out like that dude found out in the club a couple weeks ago. I didn't even want to talk about that, but some dude tried to get Buck and thought he was going to catch the wrong one off guard. Little did he know, I don't play. I come from the streets.
Say what?
So I two-pieced him like my boy D Digi did those bum-ass dudes in Baltimore that one time he was at the club. Anyways, I two-pieced him, and he tackled me to the ground, and so I had his head. It was like, well, if he's either going to hit me or I'm going to hit him. So I just know until they broke it up. So, he got one scratch on me because he's a little bitch. He scratched me and shit. But, people wilding out this pandemic shit. I wasn't even trying to fight. I was trying to break up a fight, and I got into that shit. But anyways, don't test the wrong ones, right? Because you get dealt with quickly. I love people. I am a people person. I am not a fighter. I am a lover. But when it comes to my friends, my family, myself, if you do something to hurt my friends or my family or me, you're going to find out real quick what's really good. What's really hood. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Find out. Feeling froggy, jump up to get beat down. That's all I'm saying.
Say what?
Much love and peace to everyone, because I try to be nice. I don't try to get into that stuff. That's why I went right home. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be here. That's what happens when you stay out late. My mom used to tell me nothing good happened after midnight. She's not wrong. Well, that's not true. There's been a lot of good things that happen after midnight, but, I digress. Most of the bad things happen after midnight, too, though. And so on a related note to that, this new controversy with Sha'Carri Richardson, the U.S. Olympic track and field superstar athlete, let me get that right, because she is a superstar. She got suspended a month for smoking marijuana. After her mother's death, she needed to cope, and that is what she turned to. And so instead of working with her to get her help, right, the shady-ass Olympics, we're talking about the Olympics here, right? The organization rife with fraud, the ones that go into countries, demolish their infrastructure, and then leave them to rot.
Get the f*** out of here!
Yeah, those Olympics, by the way, those shady motherfuckers are the ones that decided this was the right reason.
You suck, you jackass.
The right thing to do. I support you, Sha'Carri, and actually let me blaze up some of this 9-pound hammer in your honor. Oh, that's some good shit. That shit hit like a motherfucker.
Monster kill.
But anyways, I support you because I had to use marijuana to get through my period. Now, I smoke marijuana anyways every day, but
Smoke weed every day.
it helped me a lot to get through those periods of anxiety and depression, because without it, I'd have been in a much worse place. So shout out to you, girl. Keep your head up. You're going to be back representing us real good, winning them gold medals in world championships. So do your thing. We support you here at the Ball and Buds podcast.
Smoke weed every day.
So now we go out live to Atlanta to our combat sports correspondent, Clubber D.
Yeah. What it do? How are you? It's your man, Clubber D, the Combat G, and I'm always in the place to be. Damn, that sounded good. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much. You're the man. I'm down here in Atlanta, live.
Say what?
Looking at Lil Jon, looking at Usher, looking at Dr. J, who was in attendance. You know what I'm saying? All the greats. Up and Smoke podcast. Becky with the good hair. Shout out to Kwame Brown. Stop capping. Anyways, we're here for the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Mario Barrios 140-pound regular. I say that again, regular WBA title. I'll explain that later here in a little bit, but man, this was a good fight. I mean, you had Barrios, man, 6 inches taller, longer reach, the bigger guy going against Gervonta Tank Davis, trying to become a 3-division world title champion. Not many people have done this. Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, people like Roy Jones Jr., the greats, Julio Cesar Chavez, Senior, not Junior, he's garbage.
You suck, you jackass.
Anyways, he is trying to become part of the elites to do this, okay? And let's break it down. So the first, I'd say 5 rounds, Barrios was just keeping him at bay with the jab. He's a taller, bigger guy, you know what I'm saying? Keep the little guy down there. Like, look at her, fella. Hey, you take somebody's lunch, they're a little smaller than you. Back in the days, you put your hand out, and the bully's a little taller, put the hand on the forehead, kind of like a mush, but it's a whole mush. You're holding them while mushing them, and the little kid's swinging like, hey, come on, man, give me my dollar back. That's what he thought he was going to do. He thought he was going to impose his will to Tank Davis, but Tank is a dog. This guy is he's like a Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, a Dean Malenko, a Perry Saturn, a Rey Mysterio Jr., one of these smaller stature wrestlers, but that are scrappy. Barrios in the first few rounds was keeping him at bay, you know what I'm saying? With the jabs, and just Tank wasn't doing much, not that much offense. I think in one round, maybe he landed 1 or 2 punches. I think that was in the second round. And then he turned it on in the 5th round. I had him winning that round. And then the 6th round could have been either way. Tank turned it on towards the end of the 6th, but that 7th round was monster. Tank stalking him. The little man is stalking the big man down, taking control of the fight. Tank, now, he did say prior to the fight, he was like, you know what? I'm going to put him out in the 8th round, okay? Here comes the 8th round. Lands a beautiful right hook to the temple. I mean, it was bad. You ever seen a drunk person stumble, like trip over their own feet and like boop, 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 to the side and fall down? That's what Barrios did. You think he was trying to find his keys in his pocket, but his pocket was towards his ankle, so his arm was just all the way down there reaching and fell to sideways, like he was doing a side cartwheel, but just never cartwheeled. Gets up, Tank's on the attack, laying shot after shot, knocks him down again, almost puts him out. But Barrios has the heart of a lion. That Aztec warrior, he said, you know what? I'm going out of my shield. So he was throwing back at Tank. It was good, fun 8th round, But Tank almost, it was almost rockabye, almost put him to sleep. But then the 9th round, Barrios turns it around. I think Tank could have blew his wad. Ask your mom about that.
Say what?
Blew his wad, and he was kind of tired in the 9th round. He kind of took it off, to regain his energy. Barrios laying a beautiful left hook to the head, and Tank, he was thinking about some things right there. He didn't stumble too much, fell back to the ropes, kept his wits. He was defending himself, but I know he felt that. Everybody, people back in Baltimore, he hit him so hard he forgot his accent. He stopped saying to and do. He pronounced like a regular person. Who knows?
Got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
But anyways, that round 9, give that to Barrios. That was Barrios all day. And then it comes round 10. The crowd's hyped. Everyone's screaming. They're in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta, acting crazy. Dr. J's asked me if I can have some of my popcorn. Man, back up off him, man. Go dunk on somebody. You're bullshitting. But back to the fight. Round 10 was back and forth. Barrios was really making a conscious effort to get at Tank's body. He was digging in his body. Pause on that.
Ha!
Gay!
But he's going at his body, you know, and Tank landing power shot after power shot. It's like, this guy's like, you know what, hit me, I don't care, I'm still going to come at you. He's like that angry, like a little honey badger, you know what I'm saying? You hit him, you knock him down, they still coming at you, okay? Tank's not playing. He's like property tax in Virginia. They're coming each year. He wants that money.
Hey, what happened?
Toasty! So Tank wasn't stopping. He was still hitting them. The round, I gave it to Tank because Tank turned out to land more of the power shots and stumbled Barrios a little bit in that 10th round. But here comes the 11th. Here comes the 11th round. And in between rounds, it's kind of weird. Like, you got Tank Davis's quarterman, you know, Calvin, you know, he's talking to him. And then you got Floyd Mayweather, because Tank's his protege. He's sitting there arguing with Tank about, hey, you're down on scorecards. You know what I'm saying? You need to step it up. And they're sitting there arguing for, like, you know, half the damn rest time. I'm like, wait a minute. If I was the coach, you know, Floyd's money Mayweather, hey, man, go sit in the corner, man. Go reconstruct your hairline somewhere else, man. Get up out of here, man. I'm trying to coach my fighter. But you know what? Don't worry about that. Ball and Buzz podcast, once we get more funding, they'll listen to me, but they probably won't now. Anyway. But yeah, I found that kind of weird the way he's talking to Floyd in between rounds while his coach is just sitting by just looking. But whatever. So round 11 starts. Tank lands a wicked uppercut to the body. I mean, he hit him right in the solar plexus. He probably tasted his lunch from 3 weeks ago. I know a little throw up came up. You know, he's probably gonna shit blood later on. You never know. But he landed a wicked left uppercut to the body. Down goes Barrios. Puts him down. And he was hurting bad. He was really hurting. He tries to get up, tries to fight on. Tank lands a crucial left hook to the face. I mean, it was bad. I mean, he fell back into the ropes. He almost did a bow by himself. I don't know what that was, but he lands a crucial left hook on Barrios. And he tried his best to fight, but he couldn't do it. I mean, ref had to step in. You know, Tank goes to the top rope, does a backflip like he's the Great Muta. And, you know, it was a great fight by Tank. You know, he is now, like I mentioned earlier, he is the WBA regular champion. And I say regular because the undisputed meaning having all the belts, the IBF, WBA, WBC, WBO champion at 140 is Scottish Josh Taylor, okay? This man just won. He just became undisputed champion about 2-3 weeks ago when he beat Ramirez. Problem with that, the WBA has what's called a regular champion. So you got your main WBA champion, and then you got the regular champion. The regular champion is just basically a glorified U.S. title compared to the heavyweight belt, if you want to look at in wrestling terms. You got it's basically a guaranteed number one contender, but they give you a belt. It's stupid. It's the way boxing is because of different promoters and the sanctioning bodies. It's the reason why the sport is going to shit now is because you got so many different belts, and each belt is tied to a promoter and a sanctioning body. So I would love for Tank to fight Josh Taylor, be undisputed, but who knows what he wants to do and what his path is going to be. You know, you got Teofimo Lopez at 135. You got Devin Haney, who's kind of ducking at 135. Who knows if he's going to go back down or he's going to stay at 140. You know, there's options, but again, Al Heyman's the man, okay? Al Heyman is the promoter, PBC Boxing. Those guys don't like fighting dudes on the other side, so they like to fight guys on their side of the street. That's another conversation we'll have another day. But good fight. I appreciate the tickets, Omar. You know, next time, don't be having me in the Hyatt. I like to stay, you know, somewhere respectable at the Comfort Inn or Nights Inn. So...
Not the Nights Inn! Stupid!
But anyways, man, great fight. Atlanta, Hotlanders, you know, is amazing. Now I'm going to wait on my Zimas to come to my room. You sent me, you know, the gift package was cool and all. I got the Barles and James. I got all the Twizzlers, you know, the Twizzlers that I love. I got the peanut M&Ms.
Why you always lying?
But I need my Zimas, yo. I need them. All right, this is Clubber D, and I'm out.
And you know how we like to end things here on the Ball and Buds podcast with Omar's epilogue. And now for the ending outtake.
Thank you again, Omar, for having me. And the question you asked me, How stupid do the Washington Capitals feel for getting rid of Barry Trotz and letting him walk out that door? The answer is simple. I think it is so bad that it is a top 5 biggest blunder in DC sports history, Omar. They basically got rid of the best coach in the NHL, a guy that goes team to team and ups the level. He got us to a Stanley Cup final. We won a Stanley Cup final. And you get rid of him? Are you kidding me? And now look what he's doing with the New York Islanders. They look to be favorites in the East. As I'm speaking right now, they are beating the Boston Bruins in Game 5, 5-2, Omar. So there's my answer. It was stupid. And Ted Leonsis is a bum for his coaching decisions as an owner. He worries about underpaying too much with coaches. I think he has a strategy where he doesn't believe coaches matter, to be honest, because obviously letting go of Barry Trotz was dumb.
We'll get to that later too, but he's like a little Chris Benoit or a we'll pause right there. I can't think of nobody.
Say what?
Like a Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, a Dean Malenko, a Perry Saturn. You know, one of these smaller, a Rey Mysterio Jr. One of these smaller stature wrestlers, but that are scrappy. But he's the shit. Cut that out. All right. He almost did a bow by himself. I don't know what that was, but it was pausing, going in my room, away from the dog. He lands a crucial left hook.
Was it an ass whooping casserole, or was it?
It was. I would say it was a casserole.
Okay.
That's okay.
With a side of okra.
With a side of tuna.
Okay. It's up, man. Everyone, is what it is.
So,
part of life. Part of life.
The first inning, they only scored 2. It was like 2-0, and we had an opportunity to score. We had runners on second and third, and the shortstop, their team was so good. Their shortstop knew, like, he was behind the runner, and he knew to get in the base path at the last second, so our runner ran into him, and so it was immediately interference.
Jeez. Damn, that's pretty smart. Shit.
Yeah, that is smart. Like, these kids play baseball.
Somebody taught them the rules and shit.
Yeah.
That's Marines type coaching.
So they had a drill where he would hold the glove over second base, and we had to slide into the base, kicking the glove off of his hand.
What?
I swear to God.
I remember that. Why do I remember that? Oh my God, I remember that. Holy shit. That's hilarious.
Come on, Chris, let's go.
Sure it is.
Let's go.
Was the Butch League coach. And I'm sure that it got back to, like, you want those RAs that one game?
Yeah, he's like, kill him.
And we beat them on some church like 80-something to nothing. Yeah. It was bad. And then when
yes, sir. I didn't even know. $400 right there, boy.
Whoa! Aiden got the first basket?
Let's go. $400 right there.
Nice. Congratulations, buddy.
Hell yeah. Who scored the first basket? Aiden.
Peach, the big money winner all the time.
Back-to-back days.
How much is that?
How much you put down to make $400?
It was a $10 bet. I did a parlay, and I hit all the games. I hit them all yesterday, and all I needed was 8 to get the first basket.
Woo! $10 for 400. Hey.
Yeah. Don't you owe me $10? I'll shoot you. Like, I don't know, $10, boy. ESPN.
He's like, put it on ESPN now.
And you gotta see part 1, bro. That's that scene when she picked up the baby.
Where?
in A Quiet Place, Part 1. You gotta see it.
Wait a second. So, I'm going to go watch A Quiet Place Part 1.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Was there a deaf girl in that one too?
Yes! Motherfucker, watch the damn movie.
It just starts out like that.
All right, spoiler alert. Never seen it. Okay.
This didn't just come out.
This movie been out for like 3 years.
You get a 3-month window, maybe 1 month on something really good that I want to talk about.
Is anyone else ESPN glitching?
No, mine's good.
Mine's fine. They don't want you to see your sons.
It's working. It's just
hey, you are a true Suns fan, though. You've been a Suns fan.
Been a Suns fan. He been a Suns fan. I vouch for that.
You've been a Suns fan since you bought that jersey and you wore it at least once a week. You wore that jersey once a week. Maybe.
Hey, Omar, remember when you were buying Dion that little Suns basketball for his birthday?
Yeah.
That Davis Slade?
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
You typed in all your information. It took like 15 minutes. And that shit said, bro.
This basketball?
Dion! Yeah! Dion, you still have it. That's awesome. That's great.
I don't play. Look, Every is a LeBron dick rider. And he goes, oh, I don't have a team. I just go where LeBron goes. Whatever. And he's like, that's a Booker's league. That's a small market team. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And then now we're winning. Think, hey, I might have to put y'all bandwagon. You guys, y'all might win. Suck it.
Ever.
Don't you jump on my team. You don't do that. It's been 11 years. We had 17 wins, 17 wins, 19 win seasons. Suck my dick. I don't want you on my team. Get out of here. Fuck all the bandwagon. Hate that shit, man. I hate that. This new age era of, oh, I like a player, so I'm just going to hop. No. You can like players. You stay in your team, though, man. Fuck that. All right, I'm done.
Why would he jump to your team, though? LeBron's not on his team.
Because he has no spine. If you jump teams, you have no spine. You're a bitch. You can have favorite players. Like Jason Kidd, he's one of my favorite players. And I wasn't a Mavs fan. You know, I followed him. What are you doing? Okay, well, good job. Why is Cam Johnson in the game so early? Where's Mikal Bridges? He's not playing? Pay attention.
Hey, I'm going to have to holler at you, man.
I'm about to get off myself. I got to go. I can't handle it. I'll let you on.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
And so, with this, my friends, I bid you adieu for at least a month, maybe 2. Don't think I will leave you. I promise you I will be back for season 3. Just give me a month or so to get my affairs in order, and we'll be right back on top of it, and we will be shooting up the charts, baby. We're going to the top of the podcast charts, and you're coming with me, family. Love y'all. On that note, thank you for tuning in, my friends. Make sure to support your boy, and as always, subscribe to stay updated and download all the new episodes. Until then, stay safe, take care of yourself, be kind to each other, and spread love the Omar way. Holla! 5,000. Yeah.